Hey everyone, what's going on? What's going on? Happy Sunday, the fun day, right? Sunday, January 28th, right? January 28th. What's going on? Well, I'm just taking it easy. I'm just taking it easy, man. Um, I was working most of the day today. I woke up late. I watched Star Trek, the Next Generation, Season 5, episode. I think I'm at episode 6, I think. I'm at episode 6, yeah. And it was kind of like gloomy day today, it was sort of gloomy. So, I, yeah, basically, I worked for a few hours. Actually, I was just working before I got on the podcast. I was working before I got on the podcast. How is everyone doing? Yeah, everyone is doing good. Great. Yeah, amazing. That's good. Well, I got a busy day tomorrow. Well, I mean, the whole week is busy because we got a lot of work that we had to work on, my company. So, so yeah, work is good. It makes you stronger. Work is good. But at the same time, you also want to be happy in other aspects of your life. Obviously, work is one aspect. Relationship. I think I talked about this briefly um, in my last video podcast. Podcast. In my last podcast, I talked about that. And yeah, I mean, everybody should be financially stable. You have to be financially stable. And and then other things in your life, they come along. You work on those things in a factful manner, and working hard in the right direction. Working hard in the right direction to get you somewhere. Right? Right. That was my old man moment, by the way. What else is going on, guys? And girls and every gender associates out there. What time it is? Or what time is it? What time it is? Time does not exist. My George Carlin moment. Remember that skit he had from the 1970s? He talks about time, in his stand-up. George Carlin is a fucking great guy, man. He's a fucking great comedian. He passed away, I think, in 2010. But he is a great comedian. He was a great comedian, I think. But nowadays, with the millennials and especially with the Me Too movement and all that, I don't know, man. It's just everything is so like it's going to be so complicated. This whole world, starting with the U.S. and the sexual harassments and all that, it's going to be so complicated. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What? In any case, I mean, yeah, I feel bad for women, and but I don't know. Is it a witch hunt? Is it a I don't know. What the fuck it is, man? In any case, so I got a lot of good topics that I want to cover. I got some really good stuff for you guys and girls and every other gender. I hope you all relate to that. Uh, and so yeah, what else, huh? Oh yeah, I went out last night to 4th Avenue. I went to Mission Dolores. That was nice. I was just making some new friends and all that. Um, and yeah, so that's I went to Mission Dolores, their bar on Fourth Avenue. It's a nice place, you know, out there, outdoors, seating and all that, you know, outdoor space. But it was still kind of cold, although it was in the late 40s, I think. But it was sort of late. I mean, sort of not late, but sort of cold. Sort of cold. But I came back around like midnight. I think I went there around. I got there around like 9:30, and I came back around midnight. You know, it was nice. And then I went to Fourth Avenue Pub. That was nice. That was a nice place. You know, all these bartenders, they're nice. And I was just, you know, I was just like being friendly to everybody, you know, and that's it. And I'm like, at some point in time, I'm like, all right, that's it, man. You know, all right. You know, when you overdo something, you feel like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna go home. That's what I did. I just called in an Uber, and then I just came home. You know, that's it. Um, what else? Uh, that's it. That's it, man. Today I'm just taking it easy. Actually, I was supposed to get drinks with this guy, but I guess he went radio silent, which is okay because I usually try to just stay in on Sunday nights, you know, because Mondays are work days, and I don't like to go out on Sundays. I told you guys I used to go out every goddamn Sunday to like very like picky clubs. You know, well not really bar, but clubs. But that was back in the days, you know. I don't do that anymore, and you know, um, as you grow older, you realize that you have to prioritize your habits and your life. You have to prioritize. Is that how it is? English language? Prioritize. Prioritize. What? Oh shit. Yeah, so that's what you have to do. Oh, by the way, so I watched Bill Maher's New Rules, and you know he does the HBO show Friday nights. Bill Maher does his show. It's called what is it called? Politically Incorrect. No, Politically Incorrect is from the 1990s. You know. Real Time. Real Time. That's what he does now. So this is his new season. I watched the whole fucking thing. Very interesting topics he discusses, and he's a guy who doesn't give a shit. He's liberal and all that, but at the same time, I think he speaks to an extent. To an extent, and so that's why I like him, and I like his show. You know, he brings on a diverse uh, panel of people who are famous in media or politicians or you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure you guys know Bill Maher. I don't have to go on and on about all. Okay. Okay. So let's just get into my cheat sheet as to what I want to talk about. Let's see. Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday night, whatever you're doing. You know, enjoy your Sunday night, man, woman, lady, every gender. The weather actually was not that bad today. You know, weather was not that bad. So yeah, I just took it easy. You know, I'm just taking it easy after my 2 egg sandwich, right? Okay, so what do I have? The first topic I have is California last call law. So apparently California has this law where the last call is at 2 o'clock. Because I've been to California many times, San Francisco. I've been to Los Angeles once, but apparently California, I don't know what the hell happened. Maybe the Californians have drinking issues. I'm not sure. Maybe back in the days. But California is one of the most liberal states, and people, especially bar owners, I can imagine, bar owners. I think nightclub owners and all these people, they are fighting the state, I think, on this law, that why do we have to have a last call at 2 o'clock? Because I remember when I was easy, man, easy. I remember when I was in San Francisco for the first time, right? This is in 2011, yeah. So I went to a club. I went to a fucking club. It's one of the famous clubs in San Francisco, nightclubs. It's called Public Works. Yeah, public. You guys can check it out. Public Works, right? And I didn't realize that. Okay, so there was a amazing DJ music playing and all that, you know. And then so I ordered. I was there until like 2 o'clock, maybe like 2:30, you know. I don't do that anymore, man. Like I can't even stay out until like midnight. Last night was like, because I started late, um, so I was there. I was not in a club, man. I won't go to clubs. Fuck that shit. But I was in the bars. You know, bars are nice. You know, you meet people, you talk, and you know it's nice. Depending on the bar, and I would never go to a sports bar. I don't know, sports bar is, especially late, man. No, don't go to a fucking sports bar. In any case, so back in the days when I went to San Francisco, I went to public works, right? So I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I ordered another drink. I think another like one of those beers, and then as soon as it hit the 2 o'clock, you know, right on the fucking money, the security people came and then they took all the bottles away from everybody's hands. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, sorry, sir. You know, they were very apologetic, very nice, and they were like, sorry, sir, we were, this is our law, and maybe you can enjoy a drink at home, but you can't have alcohol anymore in public works, which is a public space, right? After 2 o'clock. I'm like, what? I'm like, come on, man. I'm from New York, and the last call in New York is usually 4 o'clock. Well, I mean, uh, if you go to Bushwick and you know those like underground rave parties, there's no last call. It just goes on and on, like 24 fucking hours, you know. As long as you have all the safety measures and all the, you know, there's nothing is getting burned down or nothing is falling down or falling apart and all that, you know. I'm like, what? I mean, this is San Francisco. What the hell's going on? I mean, you guys have problems with drinking? I didn't say that, of course. I gave him the bottle. I'm saying, oh, okay, so if this is your law, and then I got to, you got to be a Roman when you're at Rome. So that's what I did. I became a Roman when I was in San Francisco. No, I became a San Francisco. What do you call the San Francisco people? By the way, like people who are from New York, just like me, they're called New Yorkers. What do you call the San Francisco people? Let me look it up, right? I don't want to go on and on about, but let me just look it up. What are people, people in San Francisco? What are people in San Francisco called? Okay, a lot of results, a lot of results. People understand that you're speaking about the San Francisco metropolitan. What do you call a person who lives in California? That's a good question. So I didn't see any answer. There's a lot of Wikipedia in San Francisco Bay Area. What do you call someone from San Francisco? Okay, so what do you call someone from? Okay, here we go. What do you call someone from San Francisco Bay Area? This is Quora, Quora. You guys know Quora, right? Quora is a website where people pose questions, and somebody who is an expert, so sort of an expert in the area that the question is related to, right? Okay, so this guy says Jay Waker lived in San Francisco. What do you call someone from the San Francisco Bay Area? I usually hear people say San Franciscan. San Franciscan are similar when referring to SFBA. It's clear that the conversation is not about finer geographic issues. Oh, San Franciscan. So there you go. If you're from Boston, then you are a Bostonian, right? Well, if you are from Massachusetts, then you are a masshole. What? Really? Why are you a masshole? Yeah, so masshole is a term I learned when I was dating Rebecca. Oh man, crazy, crazy woman. Back in 2012. Okay, so she was from Boston. She was from what the hell am I saying? She was from Massachusetts. In any case, so yeah, so that's so without digressing too much, so that's their law, and apparently the bar owners, the nightclub owners, and they're fighting this, and even the patrons who go to bars and etc. etc. They're fighting this, which is that listen, I mean San Francisco is one of the most liberal cities in the planet, in the galaxy, on the planet. So why do we have these freaking laws where you can't have alcohol in the clubs or in the bars after 2 o'clock? Yeah, I think that needs to be changed. I mean, San Francisco is not like goddamn Virginia. Like these laws apply to like places like Virginia Beach, where cops go on like goddamn horses, and they hail the people like sheep, at 2 o'clock in the morning, like I don't know, you can't be in the bars anymore. Sorry, you can't be in the bars anymore. Go home. So I think yes, I agree with people who are vowing to change the last call law in California. I don't understand. I'm not saying that we should promote a culture of alcoholism, but people should have a choice. I mean, I'm of the opinion that people should have anything they want. I think this is the future. I mean, I'm not advocating drugs here, but the drug laws in this country are extremely complicated, and nobody has actually talked about that as to what the problem is, because the biggest problem right now is legal drugs, prescription drugs like opioids, and legal heroin, legal, or how do you call it, and there are more deaths because of that. And this is now among more white people than any other racial group in America, which stems from I mean, I don't know. I mean, is that true? I mean, I consider myself more white. I mean, Caucasian than any other racial groups because of my own heritage and where I come from. We speak Pushaski, sounds like Pulaski, whatever the hell it is. We may be the original Caucasian people from the mountains of Caucasus. But regardless, I'm a New Yorker. Yeah, I'm Caucasian, but I'm race neutral. That's what I call myself. I'm race neutral. So without going on and on, the whole thing with the drug laws and all that. Somebody has to come up with like a very reformative. Is that even a word? Reformative? Reform, like a big reform that needs to happen. Because again, people, if people can't find these drugs, I'm not advocating any drugs on the street, no. Even marijuana, I think people in many states have actually legalized marijuana for recreational use, which is fine as long as the same law applies, the same rules apply to marijuana as to alcohol. So, for example, marijuana is legalized doesn't mean that if you're under the age of 21, or I don't know what the fuck it is in these states, or 18, you can't smoke marijuana, no. And you can't smoke in public areas. I think they should also say you can't smoke between these hours. Just like they have like law for the bars where you can actually you can't actually open the bar in certain times of the day depending on what day it is, right? I think those same rules should apply to marijuana or maybe any other drug that may be legalized. But again, I don't want to make this like a drug reform recommendation to the U.S. government. I'm not in a position on that, and that's not my issue. That's not my problem. I don't do any drugs. So that's that on that. Okay, so next topic. Rocket Lab. So what the hell's a Rocket Lab? Okay, so okay. Why the fuck do I have this on the freaking? Why the hell do I have this on Rocket Lab? Yeah, why do I have this on my cheat sheet? Why? Huh? Oh, so Rocket Lab. Hold on a sec. Everything goes to Wikipedia, right? Wiki fucking pedia. Okay, so let's go here. Rocket Lab is a U.S. aerospace manufacturer with a wholly owned New Zealand subsidiary. The company has developed lightweight, cost-effective commercial rocket launch services. The Electron program was founded on the premise, not promise, premise, two different words, that small payloads such as CubeSats require dedicated small launch vehicles and flexible, not currently offered by traditional rocket systems. Electron Rocket Lab's lightweight launch vehicle is designed to service the small satellite market. Okay, so Rocket Lab apparently is delivering very small. What do you call? Very small satellites. Like if you have a satellite that's like a foot by foot by foot, like a cube, you don't need the fucking Millennium Falcon Falcon 9. You don't need Elon Musk Falcon 9 for that. So I think these guys are doing that, and apparently they are successful. Maybe you guys can do something similar and maybe successful too, right? Because if I have a satellite, a payload that's only 10 pounds, right? Why should I pay $10 million to SpaceX to launch my satellite? No, right? No, that doesn't make sense. That does not make any sense. So there you go. So if you have a small payload or a small satellite you want to launch, Rocket Lab is your baby, and they can charge you less for the same amount of payload. By the way, the payload these days, I think is, remember, there's a price, I think it's like $10,000 per pound to launch into the higher orbit. I think, is that the higher orbit, the lower, whatever, you get my point, right? So $10,000 per pound. So if you have a small satellite that's the size of like a small box, you know, that you get from goddamn like these storage places, which is like half a pound, right? So why would you have to pay like $1 million to launch that goddamn satellite into the lower or higher orbit when you can actually pay much lesser with a smaller rocket that can actually launch your satellite? It can deliver it into the orbit. That makes sense, right? That makes fucking sense. Obviously it does. Okay. What else? Um, all right, so let's just dig into deeper into the. Why do I sound like these fucking Bill Burr and these guys? I think I got that fucking habit from them. You know who actually sounds like that? Jerry Seinfeld. Why do I have to do this when I can do that? Something to that effect, right? Fucking Jerry Seinfeld. Okay. Um, Winter Olympics are coming up. By the way, Winter Olympics are coming up. So I hope you guys are enjoying the night. I mean, you guys, whoever's into Winter Olympics, enjoy your Winter Olympics when they come up. When is the Winter Olympics, by the way? And what am I discussing, by the way, before I say, before I go on Google? Oh, so Winter Olympic teams jackets. The U.S. Winter Olympic teams jackets. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, be careful with, especially men. Be very careful with how you deal with women, especially young women. Be very careful, because there's a lot of fucking shit going on. Don't do anything fucking stupid, okay? Don't do anything fucking stupid. Don't. No, don't fucking do anything stupid. Alright, so Winter Olympic teams jacket. So apparently the jacket that was made by, let me just Google this so I can give you guys a little more accurate information without bullshitting. I don't want to bullshit. So Winter Olympics team, I think I read that somewhere on CNN. Winter Olympic teams jackets. Okay, here we go. Oh, Ralph Lauren. Okay, you know why? Because the Winter Olympics are in South Korea, and apparently South and North Korea are teaming up, and South Korean athletes are heading there. They have to now deal with North Korean athletes. I don't know what the fuck. Without getting into the politics of all that, Pyeongchang is where the Winter Olympics are happening this year. But when? When is that? When are the Winter Olympics? When are the Winter Olympics? While we're watching the Winter Olympics in 2018, Team USA will be living in the future thanks to their ultra high-tech self-heating. Oh, so that's what I want to discuss. I don't care when, but apparently their jackets, right? Their parkas are heated. How? I don't know. Apparently Ralph Lauren came up with the technology because Winter Olympics obviously has Olympics have to happen in a very cold place, right? So this place, Pyeongchang in South Korea, is a very cold place, obviously. And so Ralph Lauren came up with this design for the U.S. team for Winter Olympics, right? So the jackets are heated, the parkas are heated, and I think somewhere it says that the Winter Olympics jackets can actually go on a high heat mode up to I think like 2 hours, maybe 5 hours, and then like a low heat up to I think like 10 hours, maybe 12 hours. But you guys can look it up, right? So that's my take on that one. Um, uh, next topic. Next topic. Oh, online bullying. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, I fucking hate these people. Okay, so I have my YouTube channel, right? So some guy, some fucking random guy, posts like a comment that says "dickhead," right? And he can't even spell dickhead, so he has two stars. He can't spell dick, two stars, or he and then obviously Google was going to freaking um, Google was going to censor that, I think. But in any case, so he's like dickhead. I'm like, what? Who the fuck are you? I'm like, dude, this. So this whole thing with this is like online bullying, by the way. So what do you do with this? You report it to Google, who can actually remove the person from being on YouTube. They don't do that. So how do you deal with this? How do you fucking deal? So if somebody like posts like nasty shit on your video or what the fuck it is, how do you deal with that? Because there's online bullying. There is real online bullying. So you know how I dealt with that? I said, you fucking dickhead yourself. He has a channel too, and I said, because you can't do anything. You can just ignore them, and then just say, fuck the guy. I have to leave about this. I usually leave about that. I have a lot of like bullying comments on my lot of videos on YouTube, and but now I realize that, man, you don't let these people bully you online. You can't. Whether it's your channel or however, whatever form you have. I don't use Facebook. Thank goodness. Fuck that anymore. But my YouTube channel, if somebody is saying you dickhead, for what? For what? For what? Like, what did I do? So some fucking guy said dickhead on one of my cooking videos, which is that I said that the title of my cooking video is, as I used to do cooking videos back in the days. Street food, New York City street food better than on the food carts. Maybe so obviously he owns a food cart and he doesn't like that I say that I'm cooking better than the food carts, you know. But in any case, why I posted on his channel. You calling me a dickhead for no fucking reason. You don't even fucking know me, and if you don't like my video, um, then go fuck yourself, and you don't have to fucking tell me that I'm a dickhead. I'm not a dickhead, you fucking asshole. I didn't say that on his channel, but I said something to the effect of, listen, I just basically confronted him. And that's how you deal with that. Because you can't do anything. You can't, otherwise you can't fucking do anything. Like online bullying, oh man, can't fucking do anything. All right, so I dealt with that, and the fucking asshole obviously got the shit back from me. Yes, he did. Fuck that dude. I don't do that to anybody online, so why the fuck do I get this bullshit? Fuck that. Anyways, I don't want to, sorry. That was on my rambling on that one. Alright, so next up, Tesla. Why do I have Tesla? Tesla, Tesla. Oh, because Tesla is, I think, making some money. Obviously, Tesla is making money. Why the fuck do I have this? Was Tesla on the news? Let me find out. Hold on a second. Omarosa heads back to reality TV after White House stint. Oh, what America's oil exports. Let me see. Elon. Okay, so I will click on Elon Musk, and then let's see what the fuck is on with Tesla. Oh yeah, okay. Elon Musk. Okay, Tesla won't pay Elon Musk. Okay, so this is the article I was reading. Tesla won't pay Elon Musk unless Elon Musk has a huge new incentive to make Tesla a bigger player in the car industry. Tesla said Tuesday that Musk won't get paid unless the company meets ambitious financial targets over the next decade. The goal is for the electric car company to be worth $650 billion. Its current value is just over $60 billion. This is what I have to say about these fucking tech companies. This is the new fucking Wall Street. Somebody said that, and I mentioned that in one of my last video podcasts, right? These fucking companies, these fucking tech companies, Facebook, where the fuck you call them, right? This is the new Wall Street. Like Silicon Valley is the new Wall Street. Oh, our goal is to make 10 times of what we're making now. Really? And what the fuck you gonna do with all that fucking money? Warren Buffett. Okay, Warren Buffett is dying. You think he's gonna take all that fucking money in his grave to next world, if there's a next world? He donated all that fucking money to charities like Bill Gates Foundation, like all the other fuck. What the fuck are you gonna do with all this money? And this is what I don't fucking understand about these fucking rich people. Hey, I want to be rich too, but not like a filthy rich, Because filthy rich is just not what I want to be. I don't want to be a fucking billionaire, maybe a millionaire. Why not, right? I want to be a millionaire. There you go. No, I mean, I understand that these people, they work hard in the industry and they deserve that, but I think if anything, people who have money, they should actually invest. They should invest money if they have money to spend. I don't have any money to spend, but if they do, they should invest money on educating these inner city kids. Educate. That's what they should do. That's what they. If I had like $1 billion, if I were like a billionaire, I would set aside like at least like $100 million to educate these inner city kids. That's what I would do. That's what I would fucking do, man. Because education is extremely important. Education is extremely important, and that needs to be that needs to be addressed, because the government is always fucking poor. Government has no fucking money. It's all bureaucratic bullshit, contractors, and you want to set up your own fucking thing for these inner city kids who and also DACA, kids who actually came here as children, and I think they extremely deserve to be part of this country, and And again, I don't believe in borders, and all that nonsense. It's a monkey business, because we as human beings have not come out of our monkey minds, right? Yeah, that's it. So, without digressing too much, because it's already 40 minutes, and I want to end this podcast sooner than later, later than sooner. No, sooner than later, sir. Yeah, okay. Sir Anwar. There we go. Okay. Battlestar Galactica miniseries. Oh, Battlestar Galactica is like a military. I hate that fucking shit, man. It's like a military sort of a mission, post apocalyptic, where the hell it is. You know, we have a station up there. You have Cylons and all that. I don't know. I don't like that. I watched maybe one or two episodes, but I don't like that. No. All right, let's move on. Okay, so XPrize and moon missions. So apparently, Google had a prize. It's called the XPrize. X. What the fuck, dude? XPrize. Here we go. XPrize. There we go. Come on, internet. Come on, internet. Okay, so an important update from Google Lunar. So Google is actually putting up a price, which is like close to like $30 million if you can actually launch a mission to the moon, our moon. Not necessarily a mission with a human being on the board, but a mission with just a robot that if you can do that, land it on the moon. I think it has to go. The robot has to go like 164 feet or something like that in one direction or the other direction. Hold on a fucking sec. So they raised that fucking thing to 90 million. Holy shit. So Google Lunar Prize competitor team Hakuto raises 90.2 million, most ever for an XPrize. Holy shit, dude, I should work on this fucking shit. What the fuck am I doing? Am I wasting my time in fucking New York City? You know, trying to get like $1,000 from this client, $2,000. Maybe that's what I should fucking work on. Okay, so this is what it says. Google Lunar XPrize competitor, competitor team Hakuto. That sounds Japanese. Okay, so Hakuto raises 90.2 million, most ever for an XPrize team. What? Congratulations, Google Lunar XPrize team Hakuto. Okay, so for raising 9 million in Series F funding towards the development of a lunar lander and future lunar mission. This is the biggest investment up to date for an XPrize team, since there's strong signal that commercial lunar exploration is on the trajectory to success. Okay, so I get the bottom line. I think that the bottom line is that most of the space travel, including missions on moon, were government. The government is not in charge of that. So now we have to. Not that government's not in charge of that, but I think these commercial missions are encouraging commercial flights to moon, which is fucking amazing. So there we go. So if you can compete and if you can come up with a game plan, Or you say, okay, I have this rocket, and then I am going to have this payload. I have this robot, and I'm going to land it on Moon. Um, and then you can make a case, and then you can win the $90 million. There we go. Man, I think I'm kind of interested in that. Well, you know why? Because that makes fucking sense. Because the future is the space travel. The future is the space travel, and that may be the next idea. Actually, it's not the next idea. It's the idea as we speak. There we go. All right. So moving on. Right. Moving on. Moving on. Okay. So Falcon Heavy. Okay. So Falcon Heavy. Head on to the XPrize and Moon mission, and I was reading about Falcon Heavy, which is one of the heaviest rockets that SpaceX is going to test launch soon. Because Falcon Heavy apparently is going to take one of Tesla's cars into the space. I don't know what that entails or what that really means. Like, why? Why the fuck do you want to take like one of those Tesla cars into fucking space? Maybe Elon Musk wants to make a point that, hey, listen, I'm making solar power and I'm making these electric cars, so maybe I am going to present this. I'm going to present this Tesla car to the gods of the sun when I'm close to Mars as a gift, so I can be the first person to land on Mars in 2024. Actually, that's when he wants to land a man. In 2022, he wants to land a unmanned mission. Unmanned mission. So maybe that's what he wants to do. So Falcon Heavy is the ultimate goal of Falcon Heavy rocket is to launch a mission into the space onto Mars. Okay, alright, so that's it. Moving on. Davos and Bitcoin. Bitcoin, by the way, Bitcoin, I don't believe in Bitcoin. No. I don't believe in cryptocurrencies. No. I don't try to convince me because I don't believe in both a cryptocurrency. There's some guy sitting in fucking Japan, masturbating and trying to cool and all that. No, because Bitcoin is not a real currency. It's not a real currency. So get the fuck out of your mind and stop with that bullshit. Alright, so next one. Gateway Project. Or Gateway Project. Or Gateway Project. I know Gateway Project. You know what Gateway Project is? Alright, so apparently back in before the bridge scandal, the George Washington bridge scandal, Chris Christie, the governor of New Jersey, he was supposed to actually fund through federal government and through the state. He was supposed to build this tunnel underneath Hudson River for New Jersey because there's a big problem with congestion. Speaking of congestion, by the way, apparently Governor Cuomo wants to actually impose a congestion price on people who drive to the city, and I think that's bullshit. That's bullshit, man. That's fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. That's fucking liberal, bullshit. No. You can't fucking do that, man. You can't do that. You can't fucking do that. Because people people have the freedom to, and you want the business to strive and thrive. Like all these like teamsters, all these plumbers, all these HVAC guys, you want to impose like a fucking tariff on them when they actually are part of the economy and they come in here and they create businesses. Come on. I mean, don't be bureaucratic. Come on, man. Come on. It's bullshit. All right, so okay, without getting uh, uh, into that and the the Getaway project. Okay, so Getaway project is dead because Christie said we don't have money because I had to pay the state and I had to whatever the fuck it is, but he fucked up apparently because if he had asked for money, if he had spent money, it would have been it would have been built by now. But that's my take on that, and you get my point, right? You get my point, and I hope you do. And if you don't, then post a comment on my video, and I'll answer it, right? Okay. Next one, Trevor Noah stand-up. Oh shit, Trevor Noah, he's a fucking amazing comedian. Trevor Noah is one of the most amazing comedians. He runs the Late Show. Is that what it is? After Jon Stewart. But you have to listen to his stand-up. He's a fucking amazing guy. Like his stand-ups are like off the fucking roof, man. You have to listen to him, Trevor Noah. Yeah. Next one, I want to close out this podcast, but I want to discuss. And I want to cover the topics that I want to cover, right? Like, okay. Next one is human fossil new information. So there was a lot of talk on, I think, Scientific American. Was that Scientific American or was that Popular Science? One of those websites. I was reading that apparently the human beings actually have traveled farther they have traveled farther from the fossil readings. They have traveled farther in older, much older times than the scientists had realized. Like, for example, they said, okay, all right, so maybe 150,000 years ago. But now the new fossil fuels, not, what the fuck am I saying? Not fossil fuels, human fossil, that they actually were discovered in Israel, currently Israel, that they had moved from southern Africa in out older than they thought they were. So what does that make any difference? Who gives a shit? Is that what does that entail? I'm just trying to understand. Okay, so human beings actually got out of Africa older, much older than we thought. So why does that matter? I'm just trying to understand. Why do we go back into the fucking past? Yeah, we came out of the fucking cave. Yeah, we were in the fucking Middle East. And then we went north, whatever the fuck it is, I don't fucking understand. But that's geology. I mean, not geology, but archaeology. These archaeologists, they try to be like smart and like, oh, we discovered a fossil that tells us that human beings actually are older than Homo sapiens, are older than you think, and they actually were explorers, much older than you think. Yeah, okay, so what? So what? What does that change for me? I mean, if you tell me that, oh yeah, we have a ship for you and you can operate it, I can operate any fucking spaceship I think I can. Um, then you tell me that yeah, you're gonna go to Mars, you're gonna go to the moon, then I'll be excited. Otherwise, if you're telling me, oh yeah, holy shit, human beings are actually older than we thought. Yeah, who gives a fucking shit? Nobody does. Alright, next one. Okay, I wanted to talk about H-1B extensions. H-1B is the visa for H-1B is a visa for immigrants who come here with a degree. They have a bachelor's or master's degree, and so they are useful for this country because they contribute to the economy and to the companies, and we need them. You know why? Because these people who are on the same block, they don't want to get a degree, or they don't know how to get a degree. And this is what my point is, that we need to educate these people. If I were a billionaire, I would educate these people. um, I would give them education, give them skill, and etc. etc. You get my point, right? So that's my point on that. So H-1B apparently is extensions are H-1B visa is being not extended, but expanded. I hope they do, because we need skilled labor here. Not skilled labor, but we need we need engineers. We need, Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about that. We need people who are in STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and maths. We need that more than lawmakers and lawyers and cops and this bullshit, because science is going to blow through. Science is going to such blow through that it's going to even bring God to the face of humanity. That's what science is, because science does not believe in any belief. Science is going to give us the ability to explore, because right now, do you know where we are? I'm sorry, I have to skip this, but I had to make this point. There's NASA solar mission. NASA is actually going to send a mission to the to the sun, and find out about our sun. Imagine we are here because of our sun, because it gives us heat, it gives us light, and beyond that, we know Andromeda, and beyond that we know maybe some of the star systems, and maybe that's what science is, and maybe science is going to save us more than anything else, because everything else is believed. Uh, a belief is not uh, what the rational mind thinks of. All right. Okay. So, did I say anything about my last cheat sheet? I think my okay. So this is the last one on the cheat sheet. NASA solar mission. I discussed that. McDonald's ads are still airing on YouTube. Why? I mean, this is what I don't understand about these people who still want to eat McDonald's. You don't have to eat McDonald's. You can get the same. You can get the same or even better food for the same price on a healthier diet at a healthier place. So please don't eat McDonald's. It's gonna make you fat as a fuck, and yeah, be health. Yeah, man. Health is your first priority in your life because without health, you can't do anything else. All right, okay. So I'm going beyond 1 hour, and so I hope that YouTube does not air any more McDonald's ads. All right, I'll see you everyone next Saturday or Sunday.